Hello and welcome to UC Today. My name is Christopher Carey and today I'm joined by Mark Duff, Vice President of International Pre-Sales Engineering at Mitel. Today's session will focus on how we can make hybrid communication models secure, scalable, and fit for industries with very different needs, and diving into the big questions around AI integration and security. Mark, it's great to have you with us. How does Mitel's hybrid vision stop businesses from getting trapped in outdated systems?
Hi, Chris. It's great to be here. Really appreciate spending the time with me today. I think the question there around the thought of being trapped is maybe a bit of a challenge for me, because I think when you look at systems that customers have invested their time in and obviously their capital in, these systems have been performing and still perform a great requirement for them. So I think the question really is how do they evolve? I'm a great believer in evolution, not revolution, as the French taught us back in the day. So I think that really what you have to look at is how does a customer get from the point where they've been and where a system has been perfectly good for them, and to evolve them to new needs that they may or may not know that they have yet. So I wouldn't say trapped, I would say evolving and maintaining and protecting their original investment.
Hmm. And so looking at AI, we see AI is everywhere, but ripping out on-prem gear is rarely realistic.
Yeah.
So how is Mitel plugging AI into legacy and hybrid environments so customers get smarter capabilities without blowing up their existing setups?
Yeah, I think we've already been providing AI actually to our customers in different guises. We've been doing it in sense of customer experience with virtual agents. We've been doing it in our workflow studios, which is part of our no code, low code solution that we have. And also we've been working with companies like Zoom, for example, where we've been integrating into the Zoom space. So I think that we've already been providing those AI solutions, and it comes down to, where the customer is going to apply AI as a technology. And it is something I'm seeing more and more these days, where everybody, of course, wants to talk about AI, but actually it's in the specific application, and hybrid allows us to apply newer technologies to and on top of the existing solutions to effectively give you the best of both worlds. So that's exactly what we're doing at Mitel, is we're developing those hybrid thoughts. And I think it's wise as well to maybe consider a little bit about what hybrid actually means. Sometimes I think we get caught up with some of the marketing sort of talk that we hear, and right now my marketing colleagues are throwing things at their screen right now. But to define the fact that what hybrid actually brings us, it's essentially different systems acting together to bring you to the same sort of outcome. And of course, you can imagine things like cars. Cars are hybrid. They have petrol engines and they have electric engines driving in different ways to give a combined outcome. So again, you get the best of both worlds. So that's exactly what we are bringing with Mitel with our hybrid solutions to do that.
Hmm. And so looking at the industry, so I mean, every industry claims to be unique. So how does Mitel actually customize hybrid solutions for sectors like healthcare, finance, or government instead of pushing generic cookie cutter offerings?
I think this is one of my personal favorites from being a systems engineer, a sales engineer from my early days. Prior to that, I was actually a field service engineer. And when you're a field engineer, you see the customers from a different perspective. You see them after they originally have the solutions and as they've been using them. And it teaches you that what we really need to do is answer the business need for customers. So, and it's really one size fits all. It's really the fact that, the cookie cutter, as you mentioned, will apply to every customer. And I would actually go deeper into the verticals that you mentioned, that even customers within those verticals can be very different. And it's something I say to my team, you should really look to answer the business need, understand truly what the customer needs, and not just what they want, because I often get customers come to me and say things like, Mark, I'd like cloud. And I say, well, what do you think cloud will bring you, and why do you want it? And the answer varies. So I think working out that business need is really key to understanding what that might mean for the customer for the end solution. And it can be around security, it can be around sovereignty, it can be around control, it can be around cost, of course. And these things are necessary, that we make sure that we are actually bringing the right solution for the right thing for the customer.
Hmm. And in high risk sectors, one data breach could cost millions. How is Mitel making sure that its hybrid platforms hit the toughest compliance bars while still letting organizations innovate?
Yeah, and again, that comes back to defining the business needs and where exactly the customer is seeing that risk. I think certainly today, in terms of security, we live in a world of, let's be honest, quite variable geopolitical stabilization, if you like, and it's something we're seeing a lot of where customers are actually looking at different aspects of their systems. And just because security may be something that's concerning you in one area of your solution, it doesn't mean that that has to go across the whole point. So the hybrid solution allows us to do that. So we're actually bringing solutions like secure cloud into the space where that allows us to give customers different perspectives and different levels of security for the particular need that they have. So again, with hybrid, that allows us to do that. We have mission critical communications that we can provide to customers. Plus, we can allow them access through hybrid to different aspects of what they might need with those different requirements. So really, that allows us to tune exactly to the customer's circumstances what they need.
Hmm. And so, looking at when companies scale, UC platforms, they often crack under the pressure. How do Mitel's hybrid solutions keep performance and reliability intact when businesses suddenly see a double in growth?
Yeah, that is a good point. And again, that really comes down to working out what the customer is trying to achieve. I've had a customer recently, for example, in the manufacturing industry, where they've had on-prem systems, multiple sites, and they wanted to look at different ways that they could, apply different technologies. So we were migrating them to a private cloud solution. And to do that, we did it in stages so that we can make sure and protect the existing system that they have, because these things, to your earlier point, aren't just ripped out. You have to migrate them. So we were doing that to give the customer the confidence that actually we can move step by step and they can see the outcomes and then make decisions as we go, which might inform going to a different solution. So I think that's the key thing is the planning, the working out what actually the business need is, and then moving to it in a very controlled and careful outcome.
Hmm. And I see that Mitel has partnered with Zoom and others to expand its hybrid play. Are these partnerships giving customers truly seamless experiences or just another layer of complexity?
No, I think they are. And again, comes back down to the expectation. If we look at what we've done with Zoom, for example, we have fully integrated into the Zoom workplace. So therefore, when you click to make a call, you're actually dialing through your existing infrastructure of Mitel. And again, that's something you've invested in. Again, go back to your first question about, not being trapped. You now have access and you can reutilize your existing infrastructure and investment as part of Zoom's AI-driven collaboration solution. So therefore, what you're seeing is one space in front of you, but you're getting the benefits of two very different technology thoughts. And really, that's how it takes away that thought about the sort of confusion and gives them that one space.
Hmm. And you also see that plenty of enterprises are still wary of going all in on the cloud. How does Mitel make a phased modernization realistic, letting businesses innovate on their own terms without being left behind?
Well, again, it comes back to that point of answering the business needs. So we can advise customers in terms of, what we see in their industry and what we see with them from the consultation process we have with customers, so that we can advise them on how they move forward to get the benefits of those different worlds that they might want to be in. So I think that's the key thing, is to drive that, work with the customer, drive that requirement, that need, and then to get the right outcome that brings them along with the technologies that they need for the right outcome.
So hybrid comms can't stand still. What game-changing technologies or trends does Mitel see shaping the next wave of workplace communications, and how is it gearing up to stay relevant?
Well, I think we can't avoid the conversation around AI. Of course, AI is completely on everybody's mind. And as I said, we are delivering AI. And I think with AI, when I listen to conversations around AI, and one this weekend, just looking at exactly how AI will evolve and the concerns over that. So again, when we look at the solutions that we can provide, one of the key things there is the flexibility and, importantly, control about how you apply technology. And I think that's one of the key areas that we, with the hybrid solution, we can make sure that we actually help the customers apply the technologies that are coming in the right way, in a safe way and a controlled fashion. So I think that's one of the key things that we can help customers with, is whatever the next thing is in technology terms, we can help customers maintain control and keep that with their business.
I think that's all we have time for today, but it's been a really good session. And Mark, thanks for joining us. If people want to get in touch and find out more about this topic, what is the best way to get in touch with Mitel?
Well, you can get in touch with Mitel directly or through our business partner. We have a very strong business partner network. And of course, mitel.com is a great place to see and hear about what we're doing. So I would suggest those points.
Great. So if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Christopher Carey for UC Today. Thanks for watching.